So today we are going to be making some lemon curd. We're going to start with our cornstarch. That's the big bucket that I buy from the restaurant depot because I go through so much of it between lemon curd, baking things. It's really great for Mongolian beef. So we're just going to measure that out here. I know they say baking is a science, but if it's a little over, a little under, it's going to be fine. So we're going to pour that into our pot that is not turned on yet. And we're going to grab our sugar. I keep mine in that little glass jar and refill it when I need to. It stays on my counter because I use it so frequently. Measure that out. We're going to add a little bit more there. I know it looks like a lot, but it makes a lot of curds, so a little extra. That should do it. So I had to learn how to make so much of these things. Once I had a dairy and egg allergy, I like food way too much to not eat it anymore. So where there's a will, there's a way. We're just gonna mix this together. We want to try to mix the cornstarch really well into the sugar so that once we add our liquids and turn the heat on, we don't have any clumps of that cornstarch anywhere. Because remember, the cornstarch is used to thicken the curd. So if we have clumps of cornstarch, then it's going to be clumpy curd. If you do have fresh lemons, that's always best to use. If not, lemon juice is fine. I do not have lemons right now, so we are using lemon juice from the store. I like this one because it has the least amount of extra ingredients. Personal preference, but anyone will work. So we're going to mix that in. And again, the stove is still off. At this point, we're just trying to combine the ingredients. And I try to use as few pots and pans as possible. So we're doing it all right in that before it gets turned on. We're also adding some oat milk to this. You want to make sure that your lid is all the way on before you shake it, unlike I did. Add that right to the pot that has the lemon juice and cornstarch and sugar, and that's kind of it. We're just going to stir it up. We're going to put it on low to start, and we're going to keep stirring until the sugar is completely dissolved. And then once it dissolves, we'll be able to turn that heat up a little bit, and that will help it thicken up into the curd that we want. Mix, mix. I feel like there's a lot of mixing here, but it's worth it. So this is what the view looks like in the pan right as we turned it on. And then once we let it sit for a little bit, we're stirring, not constantly, but we want to check on it as regularly as possible. It'll thicken up. Then we can go ahead and use it in our pies or on our cookies. If you want the recipe for those cookies, that will be coming soon. And that's about it. Enjoy.